In this video, we're going to be taking a walk through and reviewing several Class B vans. I almost said RVs. They are RVs, but they're vans. This is the van life. If that's what you're into, you're going to love this video.
Hey there, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dan. And we are the Half-Ass Travelers.
Anybody who's done even the littlest bit of research on Class Bs is familiar with what's behind me. This is the Winnebago Revel. It's a 19-foot Class B RV. The Revel is built on the Mercedes Sprinter 2500 4x4 chassis, and this thing is made for the off-road. Winnebago fits a lot inside this small space. Right behind the driver and passenger seats is this other seat, suitable for 1.5 passenger or maybe 2 small passengers. Further back, we've got the decent sized refrigerator. It's more of a kind of a frat fridge, and the kitchen area is a little bit tight but ample for what you need. The bathroom in the Revel is decked out so it can either be used for storage or a bathroom, but not both at the same time, obviously. In the back here, we've got the bed, and one of the reasons they can fit so much in this small space is this bed rises up out of the way and gives you access to everything you've got stored in the back. And you can, the best thing is you can leave the bed made. It's cool. We really like that feature. However, one issue that we didn't particularly like is it's not a very wide bed. It's not queen size. It's probably somewhere like a super twin. It's not a lot of space. But what do you expect? It's a 19-foot RV. The Revel will definitely give us access to wherever we need to go, and it fits in a parking space. But, Rose, what's the issue?
It's too small.
Yes, it doesn't have the space that Rose wants. And again, this is a compromise, so we're gonna have to pass on the Revel, unfortunately. But for those of you who don't need the extra space, this thing is an absolute beast. It's beautiful. We can agree on that, right?
Yes.
Yes. I wanted a Revel. Next time.
Next time.
This is the Winnebago Travato 59K. It has 2 twin beds rather than a full bed. Let's take a look inside. The Travato 59K is built on the ProMaster chassis. This chassis is not a Mercedes, but it does keep costs of the unit down. Inside the Travato 59K, we've got a kitchen, I call this kitchen pedestal. It's got a small refrigerator, it's got the sink, it's got the cooktop, and it's got the small microwave. And back here, you've got 2 twin beds, which isn't a bad idea. I think that there's a way that you could connect them into one big bed, but I think a lot of people end up just using them as they are. In the back, you've got your wet bath. And this is a little bit interesting. You know what? Let's go around the back and take a look at it from there. I think pretty much all the Travatos utilize this rear bathroom setup. It's really a neat design. You've got this sink that folds down, but also folds out of the way when you're doing your business. Also gets out of the way when you're taking a shower. It's got the curtains that come down and to protect the rest of the van from getting wet. And it's got a little bit of storage back here. To be honest, Rose and I looked at a lot of these units when we were purchasing our Class B, and we really weren't into the rear bath. It just didn't meet the needs that we needed. So we didn't look really at the Travato that closely. It just wasn't for us. One of the things that this Travato has that we kind of criticized in our Class B evaluation video is this desk that's supposed to be used by the driver when they swing their chair around. In the Sprinter van, it's the same thing. It just, once you swing that chair around, there's not a lot of leg room. It's not a very comfortable way to work. And I would have liked to have seen them do something else there. This is the Winnebago Solis Pocket. One of the advantages of this RV is it's only 17 feet 10 inches long. This will fit in any parking space. It's the size of a regular cargo van. However, there's not a lot of space inside, and you'll see that. Like the Travato, the Solis is also on the ProMaster chassis. Again, that keeps the cost down. As you can see, sitting in the back of the Solis, there's not a lot of room back here. This is more of a van for day tripping, I think. To live in a van like this would be very tough. I mean, you really got to like the person you're traveling with a lot to be able to do that, because this is also the bed that I'm sitting on. So not a lot of space. The kitchen space is pretty much standard for this size RV. It's got the normal sized refrigerator, kind of like the dorm room fridge. And it also has the rear bath that we'll take a look at from the back, but it's very similar to the bath that's in the Winnebago Travato. The rear bath, Rose and I looked at these models and it's really not something that we're interested in. So we took a pass on the Solis as well. This is the 2024 Dazzle 2JB Class B RV. It's built on the Ram ProMaster chassis and it's got a rear lounge. Let's take a look inside. Up front, they've got this seating to the side. As you saw in some of the other RVs, the seating points forward. This is a side-facing seat. It looks like there's seat belts there so they can be used during the vehicle operation. It's got the standard kitchen here on the side. Very limited amount of countertop space. It's got a Dometic cooktop, gas cooktop, and a Dometic fridge. It's a decent-sized fridge. Does not have a separate freezer. The bathroom is tiny, absolutely minuscule. I don't know how you would possibly shower in there, but it is a small unit, so that's to be expected. I think the unit's only like a little more than 20 feet long. But the rear lounge is nice. It's a very comfortable rear lounge. It's very similar to our Patriot van. It's a little bit wider, opening, it looks like, but there isn't storage up here like in our van. Storage in this van is very limited. This is the Airstream Interstate Class B. As you can see, it's built for the off-road, but it's also very nice inside. Let's take a look. It's on the Sprinter chassis. It's pretty much the standard driving position, driving compartment. Although this one, I love the fit and finish in here. They did it really nicely. It's very elegant. As you can see, it's got the smaller fridge that we've seen in some of the other units. More of a dorm room fridge, but for what you're using this for, it would probably do the job. It's not really going to be suitable for Rose and I. We have that would be a definite deal breaker. We definitely need a big fridge. But take a look at this bathroom. This is really cool. Look at this porthole. It looks like we're on a ship. It's a standard wet bath. Got the shower curtain here, little pull-out mirror, detachable faucet here for the shower. It's pretty much standard. You're gonna take a shower. It comes out. Now right over here, it's kind of different. You've got the food preparation area behind you, but you got the sink on the, across the way, and you got a very small microwave up here. And then in the back, we've got the two twin beds. I don't know if you call them twin beds, the two benches. I believe that they can be pushed together for a full bed back here. The storage up here, you can see this is a little different. It's more of a flip up than an actual cabinet, but it holds the items that you need. Looking at this Class B, I can tell two things. A, it's not really going to be for Rose and I, but B, if you're looking for something to go off-roading in and need something a little rugged, but you still want the elegance of Airstream, this is the way to go. This is the Airstream Rangeline. It's a 21-foot Class B RV, and it's got some neat features, including the sleeper up in top. The ladder comes right down to the center. As you can see, the pop-up with canvas sides adds a little bit of extra room while camping. It's really a neat, we've seen this on a few of the RVs and the Class Bs, and it's a really neat way to add some sleeping if you're traveling with more than two people. Let's go inside. This particular RV is built on the Dodge ProMaster chassis, which we didn't know that they had that. I thought most of the Airstreams were built on the Mercedes, but this one is the Dodge Ram. That's very interesting. Also, you see the seating for the extra passengers behind the driver and the passenger seats, the front driver and passenger seats. And if Rose can come around the ladder, you'll see that they've got the standard size kitchen, nice countertop. I don't see a cooktop. That's a little different, but there is a microwave and another of those dorm room fridges. And now Rose and I are going to switch positions so you guys can see the bathroom. Now, as you can see in the bathroom, it's really neat. This curved door is very interesting. It's a little bit different than the sliding doors or some of the other RVs or the swing doors that we've seen. Yeah, pull that out, Rose. Yeah, that's kind of neat. It looks like it's a little bit of a space saver too. I like that idea. In the rear of the unit is the bed. This is a fold down. The cushions go up here. This whole thing folds up into the wall, and it allows for extra storage of e-bikes or regular bikes or whatever it is you need to carry with you. It's a really, really nice design. All right, this is the Arriva Class B. It's a V24 TB model, and that TB stands for twin beds. Let's go inside and take a look. Whoa! This is built on the Sprinter chassis, as you've seen in so many RVs before. However, take a look at this. One of the criticisms we had of our Class B is the fact that we never swiveled the driver's chair around because the work area behind the chair was not big enough to be usable. There was no footroom. Well, take a look at this unit. If we swivel the driver's chair around, we've got a work area that folds down. Look at that. That is a lot of extra space. If you need to work when you're on the road, you can do it right from the driver's seat. That's a nice feature. As you come up into the kitchen area, you'll see there's a really nice sized refrigerator with a separate freezer. You got your convection microwave oven. You've got your kitchen area that's got your induction cooktop. Kind of a smallish sink, but it does have the flip up extra counter space that we keep asking for in every RV. We mentioned that this is the twin bed model, and here they are. These push together to make one massive bed. You can leave the bedding on one side. It's a little bit easier than the rear lounge, where you would have to take the bed completely apart to use the lounge. And this also has the rear bath setup. Now, we like this one as well because this is a dry bath. You've got your toilet on one side and sink, and then back behind this door, you've got a pretty decent sized shower. The shower is far from spacious, but it looks to be large enough to do the job. This is the Way Ascent TS. This is another Class B van. However, this one is about 3 feet shorter than the other ones we've been looking at. This is a 19-foot, 5-inch unit, and you'll see that it's a little bit tighter inside. Let's take a look. As you can see, there's a lot less space in the 19-foot vans. This one still has the rear lounge, but we've lost a little bit of space between here and the driver's compartment. There's less storage. The bathroom's a little bit smaller, but it still has the same rear lounge setup as the longer units. It's just everything else is shrunk. This is the Plateau FL. This has a feature that we talked about in our evaluation video of our Class B van. Take a look at this. One of the criticisms we had of our Class B RV was the fact that they put a little flip-up desk behind the driver's seat. Well, there wasn't enough legroom there to split that driver's seat around to even have any workspace there. But take a look at this. You turn that driver's seat around and you've got an actual office space. They even included a monitor that you could use as a second monitor for your laptop, and it's an actual real workspace. Now, the space gets a little tighter in the back as a result, but it doesn't look like that feature took much away from the back. There's still plenty of room. Ta-da! Well, we hope you enjoyed that tour of those Class B RVs. I love the Class Bs. Rose needs a little more space, but if you want to go anywhere, the Class B is where it's at. If there's a van that you want us to look at, just drop it in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video.